Alright, Schlockmeister fans, another re-review from my previous channel. Passion Plantation. Let's check it out.
I'm getting too old and sentimental.
Melissa Longo is the slave master's daughter, plantation daughter.
You're spoiling. You gotta be cool to be kind.
I've been a hard master all my life, Doran. I feel I've earned myself a rest.
This is Lawrence. He's the nearby plantation owner, and a romance is perhaps budding.
That's exactly what I want. Maybe we could be good business partners.
Her name is Emanuelle.
Frank said, we didn't just talk about cotton picking. We've been considering the possibility of making a future together.
I would look favorably upon your asking my daughter's hand in marriage, and I hope your father would
Should be satisfied.
Emanuelle's going skinny dipping, and he's watching. Does she know he's watching? I believe so. In fact, she demands that he dry her off. Of course, when some of the other guys come around, she pretends that he was being perverted and such, and orders that he get whipped. Later on, she engages with her perhaps fiance or future fiance, Lawrence. Can't show you much more of this scene.
Let me console you with a coffee or a highball.
A highball, sir.
A highball, Judith. Did you say something, daughter?
No, nothing.
I'm plain exhausted today with moving around looking.
Well, he spies the cleavage of the young maid, whose middle name is Emanuelle also, by the way.
My woman's paw interrupted us.
He's quite taken with her, so he demands that she come to him, where he samples the goodies. Made so much noise he woke his pa.
Hell's fire. Damn it, old boy, what do you mean by screwing a slave girl right here in my house? Go right back to bed. You're just envious of me, Paul. When you were young and able, you started most all the mulattoes in Louisiana. And now it comes to a real bargain offer. See the muscles on this man? Looks like nuts have swum all the way from Africa.
Armed with a pistol, a slave tries to take revenge. He missed. Guess that was Lawrence he was shooting at. He returns to the house where he assaults the maid again.
Sorry, Mr. Johnson. I guess I disturbed you.
I'm intending to some business in town. Well, sir, I'm convinced my daughter wouldn't approve of your actions.
When he leaves the house, he's walking away when a snake slithers by and bites him. There's no doctor, but the black maid has a cure.
These leaves have been soaking in a special infusion.
Well, what's it supposed to do for me?
The herbs are a natural antidote to the poison.
You're asleep.
She saved his life.
Colors, but we are all God's children. Cain killed his brother. There's evil in our souls. Heaven holds a place for those who do not hate.
You surely must have learned your schooling from the preacher.
Will you keep your paws off my fiancé, or will I knock it into you? It was God's will. My second name is Emanuelle, too. And you know well that it means God's with us. Isn't that lovely? Well, you better start hoping he's with you now. I'll wash your sins away.
On your feet. You come with us, boy. We got this here present for you.
No! No!
Go, Jeff. Don't do it. She's my woman.
They're forcing him to mate with one of the other slaves' wives.
Well, I won't make you do it.
He's gonna do it. And I'm not gonna show it to you because I can't.
Your buddy sure has plenty of brotherly love, boy.
Makes the husband watch. Lawrence seems to have had an epiphany that slavery is bad.
I warned you.
And he's taken with Black Emanuelle.
I'll have you whipped to death. It'll be slow and painful.
For God's sake, Emanuelle, I owe my life to this girl.
Don't forget, this is my house. Don't interfere in this.
You own this house, not her body, because I intend to buy her.
She's not for sale.
I don't care to do business with you. Tell your father to come over to my plantation.
Well, Lawrence gets beat up for his efforts. And then when they try to attack her,
There you are. You can sleep in my bed for the night. Tomorrow I'll speak to my mother, and I'm sure she'll be glad to have you here as a maid. If you're dead,
we got some slave fighting.
but I gave in too easy. Better cut my balls off. You got someone else to do. Don't blame me. Yeah.
Hey, boy.
Who, me, Missy?
Who else?
My name is Elias.
Why did you come on upstairs?
Okay.
Did you ever have a white woman?
No.
I bet you didn't. Well, that's good, because I've never had a black boy either.
She lets him jump on top of her for a little bit.
That's enough. Stop it, you. No, I've had my thrill, black boy. My God, why don't you try to understand? He's ruining our chances of being happy together. He's prejudiced against you and me. Can't you get that into your head?
I tried to shoot him after all.
I'll promise you what you like. Kill him.
Sorry, Emanuelle, but I ain't cut out to be a murderer.
On this plantation, there'll be no more slavery.
He wants to marry her.
You will see the coming of a brand new day. Different, I hope, and better than the past. Bless you.
Meanwhile, White Emanuelle takes one of the slaves to her bedroom again. This time, there's a little more than heavy petting going on. She uses him, and then cries for help.
He's gonna kill me. Help!
Poor guy is chased.
You'll never forget it.
Now they don't know that she shot him. They're looking for him too. And they make a mistake.
There he is.
Oops.
My God, you killed Miss Emanuelle.
She has an epiphany on her deathbed too.
Love. You have to learn how to give love first. Yeah. I'll learn that now.
Our film ends with Lawrence and Black Emanuelle walking off into the sunset. All right, let's talk about this movie called Passion Plantation. Now, I originally had this movie under the title Black Emanuelle, White Emanuelle. I think I rented it from a Blockbuster, God, back in 1998, something like that. Remember watching it at the time and pretty much forgot about it. Saw it years later under this title, Passion Plantation. It's interesting though, the DVD says Passion Plantation. However, the on-screen title says Black Emanuelle, White Emanuelle. So go figure. But anyway, first of all, I should tell you about the DVD also. The DVD is put out by this Blacks company, BLAX, like Blaxploitation, I guess. I I read on IMDb that there's multiple running times for this movie. One that's like an hour and 22 minutes, one that's in like an hour and 35. Now, IMDb said the movie is IMDb says the movie is an hour and 22, I think. However, when I put the DVD in, it said it was an hour and 35 minutes. But as I'm watching it, the movie ended about like the hour and 22 mark. There's like 11 minutes of nothingness as the clock still ticks. And it looks like what happened is they burned this from a VHS tape. It's not a DVD-R, it is a DVD. They burned it from a VHS tape, and then whoever was watching it at the time didn't press stop until another 11 minutes have wound off, because it like goes black for a second, then you see snow, and yeah, just very cheaply put together. But whatever, I'm happy to have it on DVD. The movie, the plot, it's pre-Civil War. There's slaves here. There's this Melissa Longo. I think she's an Italian actress who did a lot of exploitation films like this. She's like a slave owner's daughter. She thinks her father is the slave owner, the plantation owner, is a little too soft on the slaves, so she's very rough with them, that sort of thing. She is getting ready to like get engaged, get married to this other plantation owner, or maybe it's an owner's son too, I'm not sure, nearby. His name is Lawrence, I think. Lawrence, at one point though, he takes the slave women for himself and samples the goodies, if you know what I mean. However, one day he's out and he gets bit by a snake, a poisonous snake. Well, there's no doctor around, so this slave girl, whose middle name is Emanuelle, by the way, Melissa Longo's character is also named Emanuelle, so hence the black and white Emanuelle. But anyway, the slave Emanuelle treats him, and she sucked out the poison or whatever she did with it, and she basically saved his life. So he has an epiphany at that point that slavery is bad. He's anti-slavery, and then he ends up falling in love with the slave. When the white Emanuelle hears about this, she's livid. She wants him. She thinks that's wrong, that sort of thing. And then she's even more tough on the slaves. She ends up like sleeping with some of the black male slaves, and then turning on them, and then having them shot and whipped and whatever for like assaulting her, that sort of thing. This kind of goes on for the rest of the film. Near the end of the movie, though, she has some sort of epiphany herself, like, oh my God, I've been a terrible person, blah, blah, blah. And while they're out chasing some slaves, the posse, I guess you could say, accidentally shoot her, and she dies. And of course, as she's dying, she has that epiphany. And the black Emanuelle slave girl's right there with her, saying, "Oh, we love you," that sort of shit, whatever. But anyway, she dies, and then black Emanuelle and Lawrence walk off into the sunset. They're going to live happily ever after and get married. So there you go. That is Passion Plantation. Now, again, this is a typical blaxploitation film, typical exploitation film. Lots of nudity by our female characters here. That's the only reason why this kind of garbage gets made. It came out in 1976. Near as I can tell, it has no relation to any of the Emanuelle movies. I'm guessing this thing was Italian made. I don't know. I don't know where this kind of stuff comes from, but whatever. So anyway, that is Passion Plantation. If you're looking for an exploitation film, can't go wrong with this one. It gives you everything you're looking for. So check it out. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think about it. Leave a link to Amazon if you're looking to buy this movie. And yeah, if you like this kind of shit, you should get it. Click that link and get it for yourself. And leave some comments. Watch it. Bye. Passion Plantation.